In this video, I will show you how to make two fire pits. One is going to be a 4x4 interior and the other is going to be a 5x3 interior. So I'm going to go to our origin area and I'm going to go out following the green line. And I'm going to go about 4 feet. So I'll start with the square one. I'm going to go 4 feet this way, 4 feet this way. Make sure I follow the green line. That way they're straightened along the axes. So this is our 4x4 interior for the fire pit. Once we have that, we are going to click the surface, click F on the keyboard for offset, and we're going to offset the outside by 8 inches. And that is going to be the coping. So then we're going to click P on our keyboard or get the push pull button up here. We're going to push pull this up 16 inches. That is the standard height for a fire pit. Then we are going to do the coping. So the coping, we're going to click the top here and we are going to offset it by 2 inches. And then we are going to push pull this down another 2 inches. And we'll do the same on the interior by going down 2 inches all the way around. Delete this new surface. And we are going to push pull that in 2 inches. And I'm just double clicking on all sides because it will remember our first measurement that we set the push pull button to. Then we're just going to erase these lines and then we're going to add our swatches to it. Anytime we have a structure that is perpendicular to the ground level, whether it's a fire pit, fireplace, a pillar, a seating wall, a retaining wall, those will always be used with the retaining wall swatches because you're making a wall. Anytime you have a patio or something that is flush with the ground, that will always be in the field swatches. But for this purpose, we are building a fire pit, so it's going to be made out of Brussels block or any of these other retaining wall swatches. For this example, I will go ahead and do the Umbriano Terra color. So I'm going to go ahead, click that, put that all the way around for the exterior. And then for the lead, like the ledgestone coping or in the interior, I always go to concrete and I go to the polished new concrete. That is what I use to decipher the inside of the fire pit. And then you have your 4x4 interior fire pit. And then the next step would be to highlight the whole thing and group it. That way it doesn't interfere with any other products you have in your model. The next fire pit I'm going to make is a 5x3 rectangular fire pit. So I'll follow the red line. We'll do 5 feet by 3 feet rectangular fire pit. I think I overdid the line here, so I'm going to get the eraser button. And then now I'm going to do the same thing, touch the surface, do an offset by 8 inches on the exterior. And then I'm going to push pull this up 16 inches. I'm going to push this up a little bit, probably 4 inches. And then I'm going to do the coping again, offset that by 2 inches and do the same thing on the interior. So I'm going to do 2 inches here all the way around for the interior coping. Erase this part here. And then I'm going to push pull this down 2 inches. And sometimes the push pull button is a little weird because see, I just went to go do a push pull and type in the number and then it just does that. I don't know why it does that. So I'm just going to click 2 and see if it works. Perfect. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but It just does. And then it should remember that measurement that I did for that. So now I'm just going to click the other areas that need to be push pulled out 2 inches by double clicking it. But sometimes it doesn't do it the way you want it to. So that just went inward, but it's not supposed to. So I'll go ahead and set the bar for 2 inches on the inside here. Go all the way around. And perfect, it did it. All right, and then now I can erase these lines all the way around. And I'm gonna go ahead and there's like these tiny little lines here. I'm gonna go ahead and find a different swatch for this next one. I'm gonna go ahead and do this Sierra Running Bond Yucara color. I'm gonna put that all the way around on the outside, and then on the inside, it's just this polished concrete color for coping. And there you have it. And if you wanted to have an inlay on the fire pit, you'd only have to do, oh, also it's very important to make sure that you close off. So that way it's a clean model when you save it as a component or when you're using it in SketchUp. So now that that's saved, I'm gonna just go ahead and group it. And now I'm gonna double click it so I can work around in here and use the model. I'm gonna show you how to do an inlay. You usually wanna go down 8 inches because that'll be your bottom line for the inlay. Then I'm gonna go up 4 inches. And that'll be your inlay. I'm gonna go ahead and import an inlay swatch. So for inlays, I'm gonna go ahead and do this Running Bond basalt color. And I'm just gonna add that in. And then just follow those lines all the way around. And then just delete that surface on the inside. And that is how you do an inlay for a fire pit. That is a 5x3 fire pit. These are the standard sizes that we'll be using is the 4x4 interior and the 5x3 interior as well. And you will see those already in the components library under fireplaces and fire pits. They have the coping color on it. They just don't have the interior coping or the swatches for you to design. So all you have to do is just double click it, find your color that you are doing it, and just fill it in. Simple and easy. I'll just go ahead and go down 2 inches here, all the way around. That surface, and then we're just going to push pull that in 2 inches and double click. Should remember your measurement, and if it doesn't, then you just have to type it in. That's not a big deal. And then the interior should always be the concrete color. And then if the client wants that inlay, all you have to do is just from the very top right here. Oops, I'm not in the model. There we go. Is from the top right here. You just delete this too for cleanliness. You just go up from the top, go down 8 inches. And that is your bottom line. So I'll just go ahead and do that for reference. And then you're going to go up 4 inches because the inlays on anything such as pillars, seating walls, or fire pits are always going to be a 4-inch thickness. So I'm going to go ahead and use my teardropper, and you have the inlay on there. That is how you do it.